Aditya, you were saying something about the shops closing early, and that was a different thing for you. So apart from that,
Mhm.
so about people, any other like lifestyle related stuff, systems, did you find
Mhm.
anything different in that area as well?
Yes, so actually we have heard also in a lot of German classes, and also in general we have heard that Germans are they like to plan a lot. They're very planned and everything works. For example, getting appointments, and from getting appointments to doing a lot of things. That was a very big change for me as well, because when we went the first encounter for me with the administration or the day-to-day work at a German city was when we had to do a city registration. So basically, informing the authorities that I will be staying in this particular city, this will be address. So just a registration, and all of this is done manually, like offline. There's even if you want to take an appointment and everything, all the documentation was in German. So basically, not we are used in India to a lot of things that are now online, and we have the ease to do a lot of the things at the convenience of our home. But this was also a different cultural shock for me. To get an appointment for a basic city registration, we had to wait for two
Mhm.
3 weeks, because of that we could not get our bank accounts opened. So basically everything is linked. If you don't
Mm.
once if you miss something, and it's not that okay, I want to do citizenship, I just go tomorrow to the office and I do it. It's not you. People plan 2 3 weeks. The appointment are filled. So that's what I learned, that you cannot here just decide one day and okay, I need to do something.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
need to be very planned. So I
Mm.
heard about that, but yeah, that's when we were experiencing all of this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that has now I can say after 4 years that has changed me. Even now we are planning. Just last week actually we were planning for trips in December. So this I
Right.
would have never done this in India. I'm planning for trips 7 8 months. So
Right.
just example of that, how Germany changes you.
For good though.
For good,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
so I just wanted to ask you, why did you choose the University of Hof and the course? Which again, would you like to share which course did you take up at
Yes.
university?
Yeah. So I did a master's in operational excellence. So this course is basically focused on supply chain,
Mm-hmm.
procurement, logistics, all these aspects. And the reason I took this course is because of the mandatory internship. So a part of this course was that we had to do a mandatory internship
Okay.
to complete the course, and we had in the fourth semester a thesis. So the learning part was actually just 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a good mixture of theoretical plus practical. So 1 year you do theoretical, your lectures, your lessons, your practical, the theoretical part, and 1 year you actually implement that into an internship, and then
Right.
you also write a thesis. So I found this combination really interesting, and what I also heard that doing internships is also a good way to get into the German job market. You get some experience.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was the reason that I chose this course, because of the structure, and also, I think 1 year was enough in the city that we lived. We could not have stayed longer than that. That was also a very small city. So,
Right.
yeah, that, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
And so, did you find the academic environment different and to the one that you had in India, like your university in India? How
Yeah,
different was it to the university in Germany?
yeah. The biggest difference that I realized, because in India, there's a structure. We have some subjects. You study for the exam, and you pass
Mhm.
this exam, and you go forward.
Yeah.
The similar was here. We had subjects, but almost every subject had a group element. There was no subject where we did not have to collaborate with people. There were always some groups where we had group tasks, group presentations, and it was always dependent on how well you do as a group. So that was the biggest differentiation. And I think apart from the theory exams, a lot of the scores, the marking came from the practical presentation. So there we really got some really interesting topics,
Mm-hmm.
which where we had to really do research and actually present something, not just uh, do the same questions and do the same examination. That was the biggest thing. And the thing was, in the initial few months I struggled because there were people also from different nationalities in our group, so we everyone had a different opinion on a particular topic.
Yeah.
But that was the task. I think that was the task, that they wanted to bring five, for example, five people together, and how you work as a team. So
Hmm.
this was the biggest difference, that not just theoretical, but everything we learned was also okay, theoretical, then how you implement it. Are you able to implement it or not?
Right.
So yeah, that was one of the big difference that I noticed in my
Hmm.
masters. Yeah.
Right. So you earlier mentioned that your course was not completely in German,
Right.
right? So English was enough for you to get through the
Yes.
course at least. But apart from
Yeah.
that, so did you find anything interesting and challenging in the
Mhm.
curriculum?
Yeah. I think for me personally was this working in a group, because you see, for every semester we had five subjects, and you had different groups for every subject. So
Hmm.
basically, managing everyone's understanding, expectations, and the thing was, even if you give your 100%, that's sometimes not enough, because
Hmm.
if we don't perform good as a group, as a whole, the whole result matters, and that was one of the challenge, that how I navigate that, how we close that. If no one takes responsibility, then
Hmm.
yeah, that affects everyone's results. So that was one of the challenges. But I think now when I look at it in hindsight, I think that was the reason they did it was because now when I look in a team, work in a team, I work in different environments. That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's really helpful.
Mm-hmm. So did that also help you build friendships, or like how was that for you through coursework, or did you explore the city, and how was that front for you?
Yeah, that was actually really interesting, because we really also had some very interesting assignments as well. So for one of them, the task was that we needed to create our own brewery,
A brew.
and we needed to brewery. Yeah, so we
Okay.
how if we want to set up a brewery in
Mm-hmm.
Germany, because this the region we were living in was also very famous for a lot of beers, the Oktoberfest. We were living in the same state, so the idea was, just an example, the idea was to how you, if you want to start a brewery, what are the steps you will take, what will you do, what's your plan and action and something. So in this I realized how on the same topic, how many different people can have different opinions. And then coming back, where I think about it, okay, if this was an option given to me earlier, I would have done very differently than what we are doing in a group right now. So
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, a combination of all these things that we did, like the different exercises, and just you
Mm-hmm.
really did not know what to expect further. That was
Right.
the interesting part. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Earlier we spoke about the reason why you chose this particular course, and then you mentioned
Hmm.
something about the internship as well, right?
Yeah.
So how was your internship experience, the first internship, and how did you find it?
I think this finding an internship was actually one of the most challenging part, because the first thing was, again, as I said, that although I had good German knowledge, but still doing the application, the format, how you need to really contact, because you see the competition is not just you, all the students from your same university and all over the Germany, all over from Germany. So finding the first inch, I remember I used to have a track of the applications that I did. And I remember after I did 40-45 applications, I was just getting rejections. So this was, and I heard that people, like from the seniors, that people have done 200, 300 applications and they were still not it. So like at a point I was measuring myself, okay, I'm still way beyond. But then I learned from, fortunately, I met a senior before that. He said, "Don't focus on the quantity. Just try to be more precise, and don't give yourself a target. Okay, after 300 applications, I will get an internship." So
Hmm.
that's what I understood early. I made changes in my CV. I spoke to a lot of people,
Right.
and I think that's it's just time of patience, because the first 1.5 months I was really struggling to get some. I was already doing a working student job, so it's
Mhm.
basically like an internship, but the timing is just 20 hours. So
True.
usually that's getting that working student job is more difficult than internship. But I got that. I thought I will get an internship also easily, like because I got this one.
Mhm.
But that was opposite. I was not getting any internship for almost 1.5 months. I was not getting any response.
Yeah.
Then I sat with some of my friends. I made some changes,
Hmm.
and then for the thing is that and it's just until you get your first interview. So I got the first interview. I was able to convert that, and then you have the confidence. Okay, I have something in hand at least.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
everything I started giving in German, and so I got 8 interviews, and almost just 2 interviews I could not convert, but all of them I was able to convert them
Hmm.
into opportunity. But I remember the where I decided to finally do my internship was the most shortest and easiest decision that I had to do, because that was the interview we did in English, and there was not a single question asked about the technical, the experiences, everything. My manager just wanted to know where do I come from, what are my expectations, and everything. He was just trying to know me as a person.
Hmm.
And I think that the decision I made, because the decision that I made was completely based on the people I knew, because there were much bigger companies and much technical roles that I also had the offer from. But I thought, if I'm starting new in Germany, I don't have any experience. I need some people who are patient with me. Like, if in
Hmm.
the learning process, I should have some time. So because I went with that option. Okay, that the people seem nice. They're willing to spend that time for me on learning. So that's when I did my internship at Munich Re. So it's a insurance company, and that was a very unusual choice. No one really had worked in, because in Germany you've heard about automobile, cars,
Hmm.
machinery, and all of these things, and
Hmm.
working in an insurance company.
Yeah.
But I think that changed my whole trajectory, and that could one decision. So that's what I try to see at the people. The first
Hmm.
priority for me is the people I'm working with.
Right.
Yeah.
So all these
Mhm.
interviews that you're saying, the 8 interviews. So were these the
Mhm.
internship interviews you're talking about, or
Yes.
the
Yes.
just the internship interviews? So
Right. Right.
yeah. So any of those interviews, did you have to give the entire interview in German?
Yeah. Actually, all the eight were out of the eight, seven interviews were in German. Just
Yeah, the
this one
one
was
that you said. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Just this one was in English,
Okay.
and I was not expect. I had prepared myself for the German as well, but if they started it in English, I was like, okay, then let's not,
Right. So how was
let's
your
not.
yeah, no. So how was your
Yeah,
interview that you gave in German? So how was your experience?
yeah. I think what really helped me that in my same batch, there were people who were more experienced than me, like someone with 5, even with 10 years of experience in India.
Mm.
But the only positive, apart from my 1 year experience, that I had was like that I had did German till B2, and the confidence of speaking
Mhm.
at least German. So what
Yeah.
they used to see, okay, this is a person who is doing masters, who coming, but he's trying to speak German. So that's what they saw. Apart, okay, technical skill, XP, that is important, but they were seeing that their willingness to speak in German, and that really helped me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So your effort mattered a lot.
Yeah. If you just take that efforts, even if what I did was, even if I was not sure that I'll be able to do 1 hour in like technical questions, I was able to answer in German. But what I made my first introduction,
Hmm.
I knew each and every word. Like, okay, this is how I'm going to speak. So I had prepared that presentation, so the introduction part so well.
Hmm.
Uh, that gave an impression. Okay, he can speak German. In the earlier after part, you can make some mistake here and there, but you just the first impression I was trying to make it good,
Yeah.
and that used to work. Yeah, that so
Right.
hopefully, yeah, fortunately, it did work for me.
Mm-hmm. And how has the language helped you um, in this current job of yours? How's that journey?
Yeah, the same thing. So here, the same place. Is it? This is consulting because if it was other job, I had some kind of flexibility, but in consulting, you are actually expected to speak German because a lot of our customers are German. So my job is actually completely German right now. Yeah, I do have the flexibility internally. If there are some topics, I can switch to English, but the official language of the team is also German.
Hmm.
And yeah, to be honest, if I did not had any German experience, I would have not gotten this job as well. So that was also
True,
the first,
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
the first and all. So this was also interesting that I had 4 rounds of interviews here, and all of them in with German with different types of people. So
Oh.
they also asked me to do a presentation about myself, a case
Mhm.
study. Then they had follow-up questions. So the
Okay.
same thing. I know that I did not speak the perfect German, but I knew
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
tried to speak German. So I think
Yeah,
that's what I started as a junior role, junior consultant. So that's what they were looking for. That okay, this person is willing. I think they were,
willingness. Hmm.
yeah, willingness. So that's something that I would like to tell students that it's this that's the important thing in German companies that they'll see your willingness. They don't want to see
Hmm.
if you're completely perfect. At least you're trying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True, true. Of
yeah,
course, even they're aware that that's not your
right,
local language or that's not your first
right,
language, and it's
right,
completely
right.
new for you. So, yeah,
Yeah,
that's true, definitely. So,
yes.
what exactly do you do at Valentine
Mhm.
Supply Chain Excellence?
Yeah.
What does your day look like?
Yes, so I'm working as a procurement consultant. So to simply tell you, if you're in procurement, every companies they have different softwares
Mm-hmm.
that they use. So we are working with a software called as Evalua. They also have a office in Pune. So it's a French company. So
Mm-hmm.
what we do, if a company wants to digitalize their procurement processes and they want to implement this software, so we support them in implementing this software from like from the base, the requirements until the end. So this is
Mm-hmm.
a almost a 1 year process
Right.
because you need to understand the company's requirement, the users, people's. This is a big change management thing to get people used to. And Germans, we think that Germans are also technically advanced, but a lot of the Germans are still very resistant to new change, to new softwares, new technology. So that's also part of my job, that I am a bridge between the technical team, the people who actually do tech, and the
Mhm.
customer. So to
Okay.
translate their requirements, yeah. So that's what
Right.
I'm doing right now. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it's been interesting.
Okay, okay. And what's
Yeah,
the most exciting or fulfilling part of your work now?
yeah. So when we begin a project, for example, we see the current state, the challenges, what the company is facing because of there's no transparency, there's no digitalization, and in the end, when we're able to educate, train the users to use the system, and then you immediately see the difference, that they are much more confident, and I think that's a very fulfilled, satisfying thing to see, that that the changes, that the things that you did, you can see them in the system.
Mm-hmm.
People are using the thousands of people will be using the changes that you did, or you played a part in that. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's a very satisfying part of my job. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, I would just like to know more about your life in Germany right now. So,
Hmm.
how's the work-life balance over there? What is your opinion on that?
I think I couldn't have asked for more, because I as I said, I did not have much experience work in India, but when I came here, there's no certain guidelines that, for example, with the time, for example, if you need to be even after 5 p.m., or even if I'm not available, I'm not available. No one's going to be us like just ping me or call me personally to
Mm.
just check your phone and just be working. So I like that kind of freedom, and you also have time for your personal vacation, personal time, and
Mm.
Yeah, I think these people, in people generally in Europe also, they know how to separate their lives.
Totally.
So
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, really. But yeah, that's the thing. I think more than the time, it's not about you work
Mm.
for 8 hours, 12 hours, 16. Like doesn't matter.
Right.
Whatever time you work for, you just make sure that whatever task is given you is completed. Apart from that, there's no more
Mm.
defined number of time that you need to be there at, like, come at 8, go at 7. So that's
Yeah.
kind of flexibility. Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, getting your work
Mm.
done is what matters the most, I guess. And then
Right. Right.
as long as you're getting the work done and it's all perfectly done, whatever, no mistakes,
Yeah.
it's all good
Uh,
then, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what I also like is, but with my managers and with the people I work with, they also have this kind of clarity. If you don't know something, you don't know something. And
Hmm.
they, even if the senior people, they are not hesitant to accept the fact. So this also gives me confidence. Okay, that yeah, I don't know this. I made this mistake.
True.
I was not able to do this. So you don't really feel hesitant when you want to share something.
Hmm.
If you are not able to do something, so
Right.
that's kind of a mix. It's just not about the vacation, the work-life balance, but also this part also plays a big role.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So do you work like 5 days a week, or how is it like? It's
yes.
work from the office, right? I suppose.
E- yeah, it's a mixture actually. So I usually go 2 days in the office and 3 days from home.
Okay.
Being yeah, so a lot of people are not 5 days over here because of this kind of work in the office. But yeah, it's completely flexible. Also a
Hmm.
part that I like. So that I can.
So how do you spend your weekends then?
Yeah, so for example, yesterday we normally what we do Friday afternoons and Saturdays is somewhere we go outside,
Hmm.
like the city center. And the good thing is that, for example, now is the weather is much better. It's the sun is coming out, the summers are approaching, so
Yeah.
we go here and there. So yesterday we went for a small trek.
Oh.
We did that, yeah. And the week from Sunday, it's actually very different because Sunday also the shops are closed. Sunday is
Mhm.
just the preparation for Monday. So you do all the cleaning, the household chores, and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So we don't count Sunday as a vacation day more. We just
Mm.
being silent and yeah,
Yeah.
very
Mm.
yeah.
So apart from you mentioned something about the Oktoberfest as well, right? Earlier you
Right, right,
said.
right.
So
Yeah.
what else apart from the Oktoberfest did you find interesting, or what did you like? Any local tradition, like event,
Mhm.
or anything that you really liked and are fond of?
Yeah, I think I've seen. So, for example, we had this Frühlings Fest. So, 3 weeks ago. So, what is basically is the start of spring,
Mm.
and this kind of weather where people get outside, similar to Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Basically, I've seen this or to celebrate the smallest of the things.
Hmm.
The even these people, the Germans really like that. And I there are a lot of new events that I see when I look outside my home. There's a church outside. There's something all going on outside. So Oktoberfest is definitely a event that I really like, and the Christmas markets.
Yeah.
Christmas markets in Europe, they are really really beautiful, and
It's
every
actually a
city.
thing.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So so at the Christmas time, one of the things is that every weekend you go to a different city, try this kind of the hot wine they serve, the food.
Yeah.
I yeah, earlier
Mulled wine, if
it
I'm
used to
not wrong. Is that what it's
glue,
called? Mulled wine?
glue. I think I've heard like, but the what I was saying is glue wine,
Oh,
glue wine.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, glue wine. So that's a hot wine, and I really like that. So yeah,
Hmm.
so every 2 3 months there's something big, there's some kind of celebration, and it's completely interesting that how
Wow.
you want to do that. Yeah, yeah.
So do you feel at home? Because obviously in India we celebrate a lot of festivals and stuff, isn't
Yeah.
it? So there's some or the other thing going on.
Right,
throughout the
right.
entire year. So do you
Yeah,
feel at home, or do you miss India as
yeah.
well?
Yes, sometimes, to be honest, yeah, I miss India definitely more. Even if we are having a good time here, but yeah, definitely there are some festival, for example, Diwali, Ganpati festival, and everything. If I'm not there, if I just see the pictures the first day or the second day, it's a bit hard because the most hurtful part is that people are celebrating there and then you're working here. So that's
Ah,
also not that.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And fortunately, we have a lot of the communities. For example, the Maharashtrian community, the Indian community, everyone they have their kind of festivals. They share, they celebrate
Mhm.
it together.
Oh, good.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's one good thing that people get along and then they
Mm.
celebrate. That's when you realize actually in India we took these things for granted, but here when you come all the smallest festivals in India, you okay this let's plan something.
True, true. No, that's very true. And you don't
That's
even understand. I mean, when when the actual festival starts, and then you just see it on social media, or maybe your family
right.
telling you, and then that's the only way to, like, sort of know that,
See
oh yeah, today is Ganpati, so and
today,
so, is
yeah.
Diwali. Otherwise,
I
there's
think
just
you
nothing around you, isn't it? It's just all quiet
right.
and silent.
Nothing, no cheat. I think you also know that very
Very well.
very
Yeah,
well, yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah. Totally.
yeah.
So, what's been the toughest part for you? Toughest phase for you so far, let's say.
Yeah, I think the thing the toughest and the challenging part was actually also when I was doing my thesis, and I knew when I started my thesis in the 6 months, my visa was going to expire.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was going to get written, but my visa was going to expire, and if I don't get any job until this point, then I knew that it would be difficult managing the finances and everything on my own. So that particular time I was really stressed because I also was writing a thesis, applying for jobs, giving interviews, and then also thinking about what will happen if I don't get the
Mm-hmm.
job. And so yeah, but because of that, I started things a lot earlier than I should have, and that helped me. But
Okay.
yeah, yeah, I think that was one of my toughest
Hmm.
part because some days you just feeling you're not getting forward. You're just
Hmm.
because writing his thesis is also more of it's not that you just have ideas at night. You can have ideas at any time. You can just and
Oh.
that's when you recalculate what if I'll be able to do this. If you do a lot of self questioning at that particular time, and this
Hmm.
will happen. This happens in Germany a lot of the times, even now.
Of course.
Sometimes because of the weather, sometimes because of the personal situations and everything.
Hmm.
You question a lot of time. What are you doing here? Why are you?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was just going to ask you about the weather. I mean, that
yeah,
definitely affects your
right.
state of mind to like, yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what did you do to like stay motivated and get out of your difficult phase?
Yeah, the good thing I realized that they still be I have a lot of sometimes a difficult days also at work. Sometimes there's some things are just not moving forward. Then you have this, but then I realize it's just about that day. Now I've
Mhm.
accepted the fact that yeah, I feel not so good today, but 2 days later I won't even think about this same things. That's what I've realized how to manage that expectation. So just not being too much hard on yourself on that particular day. If I just not feeling well, not I just take a day off.
True.
It's I don't because it really doesn't help much if I just keep stretching myself. And these are certain, for example, the weather. These are not the things that I can keep blaming. There are also other people doing the same thing.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
true.
so I've accepted the fact yeah that this is what it is, but I cannot keep
Mhm. Mm.
yeah crying on that.
And it's a phase for a reason, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's going to pass.
Right, right, right.
True. Very true. Yeah.